speaking of expectations, what will it take Trey Lance in this game against Houston? What does he have to do to keep this job?
It's an interesting question because you could see in Kyle's description of Jimmy as QB1, and even as Trey talks about it, and he emphasizes that Jimmy is our starting quarterback. I'm going to be ready to go, but if Jimmy's healthy, if he throws on Saturday and he's good to go, he's our starting quarterback. So he's in. It sends a very clear message that it would take a hell of a lot for Trey to grab and hold on to that starting role. I mean, Kyle Shanahan, I said it earlier, he's at least been consistent on that point. Every time he's had the opportunity to say who his starting quarterback is, he has said it's Jimmy Garoppolo. I think that you could see a pretty dominant performance on Sunday. And if Jimmy is healthy going into Week 18, we're back to a legitimate conversation about who's starting.
I think there's nothing Trey Lance can do to keep this job. I think Kyle Shanahan has made his mind up that it's Jimmy's job this year. I think the organization has made their mind up that it's Jimmy's job for a lot of reasons. I think they want to get some return on that investment. They've sunk 5 years, a lot of coaching, a lot of money into that. And I don't think they just want to be like, okay, now you're a backup. Now we're just going to cut you in the offseason as Trey time. No, they've committed to getting something out of this Jimmy experience. And I don't think they're just going to dump him at the end. See, to me, though, this is a trick question. I don't think there's anything Trey Lance can do. I think Jimmy Garoppolo would start this week if he wanted to. If he wanted to, he would start this week. But he doesn't want to. And I'm not saying he's dogging it. He doesn't want to play through injury for the 49ers. I don't think he's going to play again. I don't think he's hold on. I don't think he's going to play again this season. I don't think he wants to. I think this is a 5 or 6 week injury, and he's thinking, if in 6 weeks the season's still going, I'll come back. But in 6 weeks, that would be like the Super Bowl. And at that point, probably what Trey Lance would have to do is lead the team to the Super Bowl. Then he'd probably get to keep the job. But barring that, whenever Jimmy wants to come back, it's his job. And he doesn't seem super eager. So I'm thinking basically Trey Lance is going to get this job by default from here on out.
I mean, it could work out.
Unless I'm reading this wrong.
If the injury doesn't heal, then you would think it's Trey all the way in Week 18. If the 49ers win against Houston and the Saints lose against Carolina and they've now clinched a playoff spot, maybe they say to themselves, well, even if Jimmy is good to go, we give him an extra week. Because Kyle talks about that, the thumb injury, it's all about that tendon reattaching or whatever, right? The longer he goes without throwing, the better the chance is that he comes back healthy and heals quickly from the injury. So if they lock up a playoff spot, I could see them going another week. But I do agree, while I don't agree that Jimmy won't play again or that he won't want to play again this season, I do agree that I think it is up to him. It's dependent upon his recovery from that injury. If he's ready to go and willing to go, I think it's his job.
And I'm not trying to make it seem like he can play and he's doing this to spite the 49ers. He knows he's out. He knows he's going to be looking for a new team, a new contract soon, and he needs to be healthy. Sorry. I mean, if the Niners had committed to him, if they had extended his contract and not brought in Trey Lance, things could be different right now. But that's not the situation. He knows most likely he's gone. And so he's thinking he's not really a 49er anymore. He's a 49er for the next, 2 weeks or whatever, as long as they have a season. And then after that, he's thinking about his next destination. So God forbid, heaven forbid, I don't want to bring God into it, he injures the thumb worse and has to get surgery. I mean, that would be, and the Niners wouldn't care. Hey, thanks for everything, Jimmy. Good luck. No, Jimmy has to protect himself. It's the situation the Niners have put him in.
Yeah, he only has like a $7.5 million injury guarantee, which is a fraction of what he would earn anywhere, even if he were a backup, right? You would think that he would earn close to the Dalton treatment of that $10 million a year. And so if he did feel this way, I couldn't fault him for it. If he did want to make a business decision for the rest of the season because he doesn't think there's a legitimate shot at increasing his value, I don't think I could fault him for it.
I definitely don't fault him for it. That's the way I look at it. I think it's interesting to say, what does Trey have to do? Stay healthy, because I think it's his job here. I think Jimmy's pretty much saying, you know what? I got to focus on my future. Because you already said Trey's the future, right? You've said that. Trey's your future. Okay. Well, I got to make a business decision here. I'm sorry. I'm hurt.